General Francisco, so that all the members and the resource persons will be on the same page. Could you please tell the members of this committee and the other resource persons, what is the protocol insofar as investigating alleged extrajudicial killings by law enforcers? Could you please brief us para malaman namin yung protocol talaga?
Yes,
Who
Your Honor.
investigate yung criminal aspect? Sino nag-iimbestiga dun sa administrative aspect? Dahil alam ko, may protocol ito eh.
Yes, Your Honor. For the information of this committee, once there is a death or killing involved in any police operation, the administrative side of it will be taken over by the Internal Affairs Service or the motu proprio function of this service, while the criminal aspect will be taking care of the local police. In it, they may create an SITG. It is a Special Investigation Task Group.
SITG, ano po yun?
Special Investigation Task Group, wherein CIDG is a member of it. Once this SITG conducts its investigation, and at a certain point in time, there will be no suspect, no update. It will be turned over to CIDG as a cold case. And the CIDG will pursue it until its completion or referral to the prosecution service. Now, we have also a record of police operations where suspects has been killed or died. And we have that record in our DIDM, being also the former director of the Directorate for Investigation and Detective Management. And I think my colleague who changed me has this record of those who died in police operations during this period.
General Francisco, I would think that you have been remiss with your responsibility as far as the statement of Attorney Neri is concerned. Am I right, Attorney Neri?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I know General Francisco from way back in his MPD days, and that's the point I'd like to draw in. First, Mr. Chair.
MPD, were you with the MPD before?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm the former director of the Manila Police District.
When was that?
2020 to 2022, Your Honor.
Okay.
So, Mr. Chair, if I may. Mr. Chair, if I may continue. Thank you, Mr. Chair. First, the data were presented. The question to the PNP today is, so ilan ang naimbestigahan nyo? And we're talking of sorry, the IDM, CIDG, IAS. Ang question lang talaga ng mga pamilya ng biktima, anong criminal cases? Ang admin kasi madali lang yan eh. Pero yung criminal may patay eh. So, ulitin ko lang, Mr. Chair, under the rules of engagement, section 154, it was in the slides, sinabi doon, pag may police operation at may patay, at inamin ng police na patay, pero self-defense, nanlaban, ang rule, Mr. Chair, sampaan talaga siya ng kaso. Ang self-defense is a matter of defense sa trial. Hindi pwedeng sabihin, pumatay ako dyan, tapos sabihin ko lang may dumating na, oh, Neri, pinatay mo kapit ba? Self-defense? Okay pala. No, kakasuhan talaga ako, Mr. Chair. This is first.
Meron ko pa sa Attorney Neri. Hindi ba, General Francisco, kapag ang pulis nakapatay, anumang sitwasyon yan eh, DPNP suspense him immediately?
No, sir. It will go to investigation. Due process will be observed, and if some suspension is necessary, we will do it. But, Mr. Chair, I told you a while ago that being the former director of the Directorate for Investigation and Detective Management, we have a record of those police operations that there is a death or killing involved.
Attorney Neri.
Well, the rules require an inquest. An inquest is a criminal proceeding. hindi siya admin. Kasi we've seen the reports naman na, oh, may admin cases sa pamilya ng biktima, namatay yung 3 anak ko, tapos admin, ano yan, reprimand, or, so yun ang problema. Ngayon, Mr. Chair, ito ang worrisome because the police cannot provide the data. Ang sabi kanina ng police, we are for human rights. The Human Rights Office, forgive me, ang concept ng human rights includes access to justice. If the Human Rights Office of the police doesn't consider access to justice as a human rights, then hindi siya comprehensive human rights. Pag sinabi, ay, iyas kasi yan, di namin alam. No, the Human Rights Office should be concerned that these people, Shera, Mrs. Codero, cannot access the documents. She cannot file a case in court. She has no evidence. A violation ng human rights yan. You cannot continue saying we support human rights, but ang daming nagtatanong. Secondly, Mr. Chair, what was actually mentioned by the Solgen was actually a freedom of information aspect. And it's in the EO2 that police investigations cannot be given parang absent the approval kasi FOI siya. Exception siya sa FOI. So how can, ibig sabihin, Mr. Chair, if I may, I'm very passionate here, that's a matter of policy. Policy yan from the Duterte administration na huwag niyong bigyan yan. Yung mga pamilya na yan, huwag yung police investigation to eh. That is the second problem here. Because now you cannot charge the family or kung lang kayo nagka-file ng kaso, eh wala. Minsan autopsy report, hindi makuha ni Attorney Chris eh. Thirdly, Mr. Chair, CHR ang humingi, i-FOI mo. I mean, why should the police FOI the CHR? This is a government agency. In fact, yung relatives of the victims, hindi dapat padaanan ng FOI yan. Anak niyang namatay eh. Tapos sabi, hindi, ano to, sa EO2 kasi hindi pwede. So all these things, Mr. Chair, lead to the, hindi niya masisi ang mga pamilya ng biktima na mag-isip, hindi, kakutsaba kayo. Kasi binanggit ko yung 3-4 na instances na wala silang access. And the police, I'm very sad to say, you don't consider lack of access of the victims to police investigation, to documents, to the courts, to the justice system as not a human rights violation. Sabi nga ni Chair kanina, in fact, he thinks justice delayed is already injustice in itself. Ito, hindi lang ito justice delayed, this is justice denied kasi hindi ma-access ng pamilya ng CHR. And now ang Kongreso itself, a co-equal branch, will have to ask the President, pwede ba humingi ng kopya ng report ni Secretary Guevara? I mean, this is a plenary power of Congress and this involves human rights. I would like to think that the President will give in to the request of the House. What I'm just pointing at is, ganito ba talaga ang sistema natin? Pahirapan talaga bago makakuha ng dokumento. Even CHR, even Congress, former secretary cannot get these documents. So how much more the poor family si Nanay Llore? Can you blame them if they go to the ICC? Other than the fact that the president is immune from suit, kaya talaga hindi siya makasuhan dito. But just the fact, 52 cases have only been investigated no matter what you say. Even if in the subsequent report of the general who will come over, he will say 1,000 cases are being investigated or prosecuted. Mr. Chair, kulang yan. 6,200, 1,000 lang ang pinoprosecute. Then, if we cite anecdotal examples of, ay, si Kian na ano, you know, we can cite some
Mr.
10
Chair,
cases.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Attorney.
Mr. Chair, if I may ask
Yeah, go ahead.
Attorney Colmenares, our former
Go ahead,
colleague.
and afterwards, Congressman Ako.
Attorney Colmenares, no? Yung sinasabi niyo pong 52 investigated cases, where did you get it?
From the government's appeal to the International Criminal Court. When the
So,
ICC denied
Galing po to
the
sa
appeal.
ICC,
Gobyerno.
sa government natin.
Government.
But it was rendered by the ICC.
No. When the ICC, Mr. Chair, said na tuloy ang investigasyon, the government appealed please huwag niyong ituloy kasi nag-imbestiga naman kami.
And they said that we have
And they
like
said that we are
52 investigating
Well, at least-
cases.
That's what we saw, Mr. Chair, in paragraph 86
Okay.
of the appeal. So yun lang, Mr. Chair, in short, I think it is incumbent on the PNP to provide the data kasi hindi talaga ma-produce yan kahit ako abogado. Imagine, CHR cannot even produce it. Sila lang talagang may hawak dito. And the fact that it has been going on for since 2016 until now, that is tantamount to a lot of injustice, Mr. Chair. And now that they cannot even answer a question, which is good for them sana. If they say 6,200 killings, oh, naimbestigahan namin 5,375. But even that, they cannot answer, Mr. Chair. It really shows na there is, napakita ko kanina sa slide ko, a lack of interest to investigate and prosecute, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, Mr. Chair,
Salamat,
ito na
Mr.
po.
Chair.
Last na ako. Tapos na po ako. Hindi na po ako magtatanong. Ito na lang.
Bago po kay Condan, pwede po ba na bigyan niyo ko ng details?
Mr. Chair, I think my colleague Attorney Nery Manares did not get my point. I told this body a while ago that we have a data in our Director for Investigation and Detective Management. The deaths and killings that happened from July 2016 to
June 30.
June 30, 2022.
Can you
and-
submit that to us?
Yes, and
Mr.
the IDM, which I am not a part of it now,
Yes.
has this.
Mr. Chair?
After kong
Yeah.
done,
Can you kindly categorize lamang po na ano kasi ang binanggit po kanina sa data is 6,066% during his operation ng PNP and 27% 1,045 committed by the riding in tandem. So, can you kindly put that in your submission as well? Yung 27% that was mentioned by Mr. Joel Ariarte, di ba? Binanggit po ninyo that 1,045 riding in tandem was killed because of this
Yes, Mr.
Riding
Chair, we
tandem.
will take note of that data coming from
Thank-
our invited
Thank you,
resources
Mr. Chair.
leaders.
I'm done.
Mr. Chair?
Maraming salamat po.
thank you, Congressman Dan Fernandez. Then we have Congressman Ako, please.
Mr. Chair, may I know if this would be the first and last hearing of this issue?
We are going to continue this hearing, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Even after the SONA.
May request Gerald Bakay
During
to
break,
take.
yes, we could be able to have the during break.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May request Gerald Bakay, who is presently the DIDM of the PNP.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Gerald Bakay, you are the present DIDM,
Yes, Your Honor.
and you are the repository of all the incidents that would happen in this country.
That is correct.
Yes. Now, do you have a record of all the cases, yung 6,000 plus na sinasabi ni Congressman Colmenares na pagbasihan niya yung number of alleged extrajudicial killings
Yes, Mr. Chair.
from 2016 up to 2022?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Now, could you please submit to this committee for the second hearing the data where the 6,000 plus alleged extrajudicial killings occurred?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Halimbawa, ilan sa Metropolitan Manila, ilan sa Region 1? Kasi this is where we would know kung sino talaga dapat ang may invite dito eh. Hindi naman yung masasagot yung yung aking katanungan kung hindi nandito yung mga taong kailangan na o pwedeng sumagot doon sa mga tanong namin. Di ba?
We have the records, Mr. Chair.
You have, and you can, shall we say, submit to this committee the 6,000 plus incidents plus the places where they occurred
Yes, Mr. Chair.
para mapinpoint natin kung saan lugar yung nangyari itong mga incident ito at malaman natin kung sino rin yung nag-imbestiga o hindi nag-imbestiga sa mga incidenting ito. And I would like to request also that you place there whether this case was investigated by the police or by any law enforcement agency and the result of such investigation. Kung ang nangyari, nag-imbestiga, walang nangyari, cold case, brought to the CIDG. And next question, anong ginawa ng CIDG?
We will comply, Mr.
Can you please submit that on before the next hearing
Yes,
to be
Mr.
scheduled by the chairman?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, dahil hindi naman nila masasagot yung katanungan natin. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right, we'd like to call Congressman Castro for her
Ay,
interpellation.
long last. At long last, Mr. Chair. Ay, follow up ko lang, Mr. Chair, no? Hindi lang po yung kay Chairman Palpalatok yung mga ni-request niya from the PNP no station, pati po yung kay Attorney Crissy. Attorney Crissy, di ba, you have sinabi mo rin na nag-request kayo sa mga police station noong mga report or incident report kung ano man yung nangyayari. Mga ilan po yun?
Yes, Your Honor. Well, I think I mentioned in particular to the case we are litigating right now in Caloocan, we tried to have the documents authenticated. We went to Caloocan, Sangandaan, and then the station in Larangay. All of these offices even refused to accept the letter request, saying that those who signed had already left the agencies.
Yes, pwede ba natin kuhanan ng Mr. Chair, ng written na document kung bakit hindi inaano yung request? Hindi sinasagot yung request.
Kanino?
Yung po sa ni-request
Yes.
ni
We'll submit the
Attorney.
letter, Your Honor,
Yes,
but
please.
again, it was not even received.
Okay.
Okay.
Not even received, ha?
Yes, Your Honor, because they said, ay, wala naman dito na yung pumirma dyan eh. So, hindi na sa amin yan.
Kasi nakikita natin, Mr. Chair, dun sa discussion natin noong EO2 ni dating Presidente Duterte, parang talagang sinelyuhan niya na, no, yung investigation na hindi talaga mag-pursue ang any investigation because of this. Ito, no, yung number 3 na exception. Okay? So, wala talaga. Hindi talaga magpo-proceed. Kaya talagang mapipilitan ng pamilya na pumunta talaga sa ICC. Unless, Mr. Chair, ma-revoke talaga itong EO2, no, na nakalagay kasi dito, no, yung mga exception, no, investigation records, complied for law enforcement purposes or information which is written would be contained in such records. So kahit na anong records, kahit na sino man po yung mag-imbestiga, kahit na yung ICC, because of this, EO2 ay walang mapuproceed na hustisya at pag-iimbestiga. Kaya nga, no wonder, Mr. Chair, yung ating mga kapulisan, very complacent, no? Wala na silang pakialam whether maimbestigahan yan o hindi. Imagine mo, in 2016 up to now, 52 cases lang yung naimbestigahan, 4 yung o 3 yung mga na-prosecute. How about itong na to, 6,200 plus? Statistics na lang ba ito, Mr. Chair? So kaya talagang in my conclusion talaga, hanggat hindi ito na-repeal ni President Marcos Jr. na siya talagang dapat na mag-repeal nito, ay walang mapuproceed talaga na investigation at hindi talaga makakakuha ng hustisya yung ating mga victims, no, ng extrajudicial killings during the war on drugs ni dating Presidente Duterte, Mr. Chair. So, kaya tama po ba ako? Kunin ko lang yung idea ni former Secretary Guevara at saka si Attorney Nery, Mr. Chair.
So, Sergeant Guevara, can you please reply on that?
More specifically, Your Honor, on the removal of that particular exception.
Yes, oo. Baka dapat, Mr. Chair, mapag-aralan talaga natin yung EO. Kasi itong particular na exception na ito, hanggat nandiyan yan, lagi na lang sasabihin sa atin ng police, kung manghihingi tayo ng records, ay exemption, accepted, ano yan, kasama yan sa exemption ng FOI.
Ah.
So, tingin nyo, dapat tanggalin natin
Possible
yan.
po yan na makonsider for removal, ano po. Kasi yung ibang exceptions naman po, Your Honor, we're actually based on existing laws and
Okay.
jurisprudence. Kaya po yung sa pag-consolidate ng mga exceptions to the FOI,
Mm.
ay talagang may pinagbasihan naman po yan. Pero yun hong particular exception na yun, na access to records of ongoing investigations by the police, I am not too sure kung yan po ay nakabatay sa isang particular na existing law or jurisprudential rule.
Mm.
Kaya po this may be a good subject for possible reconsideration.
Yes, thank you,
So, Jen,
Soljen.
your thought about this, no? Can we write the president a letter recommending for the removal of EO2?
Sa amin po ba manggagaling
For
sa
example,
OSG?
sa amin, yung
Sa inyo
letter
po.
namin, yes.
Oh, definitely you can do that, sir.
Would you recommend?
It's the prerogative of the Congress po, and we may be consulted about it as a matter of fact. So I am not in a position to
Anyway,
commit
you're
at
the
any
soldier
time.
now of the present
Exactly. That's
administration.
why that may be referred to us or to the DOJ for opinion. So let's cross the bridge when we get there, Your Honor. Thank you.
May hulanong salita na ang ibig sabihin dito ay ang pagkakaisa. Bunyog Party List. Halika na, Bunyog Party List ka na. Halika na, Bunyog Party List ka na.
Sa susunod, ang atinang suportahan, Bunyog Party List, nagtataguyod ng katotohanan, lumalaban para sa bayan.